This man used to be the greatest writer in all of comics. Now he'll never write another comic again. Alan Moore is often cited as one of the most influential comic writers ever, thanks to his groundbreaking work on stories like Saga of the Swamp Thing, V for Vendetta, and Watchmen. Beginning as a strip writer on various British magazines, Moore really gained notoriety for his work on Future Shocks, a sci-fi anthology series featuring twist endings. In 1982, Warrior magazine began publishing both Marvel Man and V for Vendetta. These were Moore's first long-form narratives. Unfortunately, neither of them would be finished as intended, with Warrior shutting its doors in 1985. This sent Marvel Man into a massive dispute over character rights, while V for Vendetta was picked up, reprinted, and finished by DC Comics, with Alan Moore and artist David Lloyd picking up right where they left off. And by this time, Moore was already doing other work for DC with Saga of the Swamp Thing, a book that really brought the British writer American attention. At some point during this time, Moore would pitch a story that would revolutionize the industry. His most well-known work, Watchmen. The idea involved using characters from the recently acquired Charlton comic, such as Blue Beetle, The Question, and Peacemaker. Editorial liked the pitch, but they didn't want to render these characters unusable in future stories. So, Moore created his own. Peacemaker became the comedian, Question became Rorschach, and so on. The deal was, DC would publish a story, and once it went out of print, the rights would revert back to Moore, except it never went out of print. With its 40th anniversary coming up this year, DC has done reprints, sequels, prequels, anything they can. And Alan Moore was attached to none of it. Once he realized what the plan was, he refused to work for DC again. He told New York Times that they had swindled him. So, in the late 90s, Moore left to write for Wildstorm Comics, a small creator-owned company, which was promptly bought by DC, putting him right back under the same umbrella. At this point, Moore began to fully phase himself out of the industry. He would publish his final story in 2019, officially announcing his retirement. In 2022, he clarified that while he loves the medium, he finds the industry unbearable, and he will never write another comic again. And that's why